Go.
Hello. So my personal story is of a time when I became the president of this club called Foods and Festivals. During my freshman year of of college, I was a volunteer in this club called Food and Festivals, as I really like the idea of celebrating different cultures and different holidays around the world. So, at the start of my sophomore year, I became the president of that club, and I, along with my e-board members, decided to do an event. And since NYU Shanghai has a really big Muslim population, I really wanted to do an event that showcased the Muslim traditions, and I wanted to share that experience with with my student body. And I ended up deciding, to do an event on Eid because this is something that I've celebrated growing up, and after consulting with my e-board members, we unanimously agreed on doing the Eid event. 4 days before the event, when I was having a meeting with my e-board members, they happened to tell me that two of my e-board members would not be able to help me during the event just because both of them were RAs and both of them were on duty on the same day. And listening to that kind of devastated me because it was the first event of the club, and the club had a reputation of a really good turnout. So I was just scared that if they won't be able to help me, how would I be able to carry out the event and figure out the logistics? But in the heat of the moment, I just emailed the members of the club, and fortunately, 5 to 6 people volunteered, and they were willing to help me to set up for the event. And as it happened on the day of the event, the volunteers came in. I, along with my other e-board, we all managed to get into the hall like 3 hours before the event started, and we managed to get all the things together. We had a henna stall, we had a food stall, we had a dancing stage as well, and the event turned out to be really good in the sense that we had a turnout of 120 students, and in a really small campus like NYU Shanghai, that's a really big deal because for most of the clubs you would only see 20 to 30 people, but having 120 people showed up for our event was a big deal. And it was because of our event, the Eid event that we did. Our in Food and Festivals became one of the biggest clubs at NYU Shanghai during that academic year, and because of that event our budget increased for our future events. And the most rewarding thing working with Food and Festivals is the fact that when people came to me and told me how they want to contribute for the club, and how they really liked the event, that was something that was the highlight of my time at Food and Festivals, and how I was I successfully managed to lay the foundation of of an event that never happened before, but at the same time that set out the legacy for future e-board members, as this event of Eid is still happening now. I was just talking to the e-board members of Food and Festivals 2 weeks ago, and they pulled out an Eid event, and yeah, so thank you.